All right, so real quick, just gonna make a video real time. This is my first time setting up server side GTM tagging, and they pretty much I just follow the prompt. So you go to account and you choose to set up a new account, and it walks you through. You got to insert your billing information, and then they create your server. So that's what's happening right now. Um, from here, what I'm going to be able to do is experiment with different ways to add information server side. So first party cookie versus um, having an instance where I have to rely on the browser to pass data into GA or GADS or GTM. Instead, it goes directly to the server, and that information goes from server to those platforms. So the marketing platforms I'm using mostly. Um, Basically, in the dumbed down version of that, it allows me to remove a ton of JavaScript from my site, which is what I'm trying to do, and make sure that I don't run into speed issues like I did with my last client. And it was mostly because they had a whole bunch of unused JavaScript and just third party stuff going on that they couldn't control. This is going to allow, supposedly, I don't know, we're about to find out. It's going to allow me to control the data, what goes where, a little bit better, and it's also supposed to basically allow me to not run into compliance and GDPR type issues. We don't have that. That's more of a European thing. I know we have some of it, but I know it's really bad in Europe. So I'm just wanting to learn this. I think it's important. I think most companies that I'm going to be talking to and setting up GAGTM, they'll actually be happy for me to set something up like this. So the only real difference I'm seeing is they have this clients tab, so I need to understand exactly how to use that. Um, and basically, what I'm thinking this is I can just add. Yeah, there we go. So these are called clients. What I was talking about earlier are actual like businesses that I'm working with, but they're calling these clients. These are places that they will be sending data from the server that I just set up. Um, Adapters between the software running on a user's device and your server container. All right, whatever that means. And then they got to learn more. Let's see what that says. So then, yeah, I like stuff like this with the illustration, server side with tag manager. Without tag manager, it looks like this website, and then it goes into a cloud like that. With this, we have the actual customer's cloud that catches that, and then we go to the tool. So I got that wrong. Without it, I'm actually relying on whatever party that is to store the data correctly. So GA, GADS, other third party analytics. Um, I don't know if you guys are familiar or if my audience is going to be familiar with like Hyros, Alex Becker's tool. But Hyros is like a very, very expensive tracking tool for paid media guys. And basically, what he did with the tool is he takes the data, scrubs it, and makes sure that the attribution is on point. So if the sale actually came from Facebook, it comes from Facebook. If it actually came from Google Ads, it comes from there, or native, or email, or whatever the hell, which is interesting. Now, this, and I'm gonna, you know, obviously I might not be 100% correct, but my hunch is if I set this up correctly, this does exactly that without the high price tag, right? I'm going to be able to understand how people are reacting on the page, regardless if they get it from an ad or organic or email or whatever. That doesn't really matter, traffic source stuff. But whenever the data is actually stored, it's going to be easier for me to see where it came from, as long as I set everything up correctly. So I'm excited about that. Maybe I'll throw this in the. They got some scripts for me to add later. Uh, yeah, I can just throw this into the description so that y'all can see that. One of the things I want to show y'all is this document right here, how to set it up. This is where I learned it. This is from Julian. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but he's the guy from Measure School. And basically, I follow this from the beginning to the end. This is like my third or fourth time watching this. It's a little more advanced topic, but once I started to understand like the benefits of server side, I was like, yeah, I have to get this figured out and get it nailed. So I spent most of the beginning of today actually watching different people speak on it or whatnot. So yep, I think that's going to do it for now. Obviously, I'm going to come back once I start building inside of this. Um, right now, my GA4 is pretty straightforward. I got server managed, and then obviously I need to actually go in to the let's see here. I don't even know where I put my actual tracking ID or anything. It's just so different than how it's set up when it's not server side or whatever. Anyways, I'll come back whenever I got more color for you guys to actually walk through this as well. And appreciate you guys coming with me on this journey. All right, peace.